Students, we are solving NCERT exercise 4.2 question number 4. In this question you have been asked to find two consecutive positive integers sum of whose squares is 365. So for this we let that the two consecutive positive integers be x and x plus 1. Okay. Now since it is given that sum of the squares of the numbers, so the sum of the squares of the numbers is 365. So one number is x, so square of it, plus, and the other number is x plus 1, so square of it will be equal to 365. On solving this, applying the algebraic identity a plus b whole square, we will get a square, that is x square, plus 2ab, which gives you 2x, and lastly b square, which will give you 1. So we will get x square plus of 2x plus of 1 is equal to 365. Now this 365 will transport to left hand side and we will get minus of 365. So the right hand side will become 0. So now x square plus x square is 2x square. 2x as such plus of 1 and minus 365 is equal to 0. Again it implies that 2x square plus of 2x and 1 minus 365 will give you minus 364 is equal to 0. Dividing all the terms by 2, we get x square plus of x minus of 182 is equal to 0. And see, it is a quadratic equation in variable x. So we can apply the splitting the middle term method. So the middle term is plus 1x. So it can be split into plus of 14x and minus of 13x. Why we have done so? Since plus of 14 when added to minus of 13, it will give you 1, which is your middle term coefficient, and plus of 14 when multiplied by minus 13 you will get minus 182. And since the product of the coefficient of x square, that is 1, and the constant, which is minus 182, is also minus 182, that's why we have taken the two factors as plus of 14x and minus of 13x. Now again it implies that x square plus 14x minus 13x minus 182 is equal to 0. Now taking x common in these two terms, first two terms, we will get x plus 14 as our linear factor. And taking minus 13 common in the last two terms, we will get again x plus 14 as a linear factor is equal to 0. So it implies that the linear factors are x plus 14 and x minus 13 is equal to 0. So either x plus 14 is equal to 0, so it implies that x equal to minus 14, or x minus 13 is equal to 0, so it implies that x equal to 13. And since x has to be a positive integer, so therefore x is equal to 13. Minus of 14 value will not be taken. Now x is 13, therefore it implies that x plus 1, which is your the second positive integer, so it will give you 13 plus 1, that is 14. Thus the required consecutive positive integers are 13 and 14. Now coming to the fifth question of the same exercise, you see that the question states the altitude of a right triangle is 7 cm less than its base. If the hypotenuse is 13 cm, find the other two sides. Now again we have a right angle triangle, and we know that in a right angle triangle the side opposite to right angle is hypotenuse, and this is your perpendicular and this is your base. Now we suppose that the base of the given right angle triangle be x. So we suppose that the base is x centimeter and the height, which is your perpendicular, since it is 7 cm less than the base, so now it becomes x minus 7. So I have written here x minus 7 cm. And since we know that by Pythagoras property, hypotenuse is equal to under root of base square plus height square. and the hypotenuse is given to be 13. Base we have suppose x and height as x minus 7. Substituting values in the given formula, we will get 13 is equal to under root of x square plus x minus 7 whole square. Squaring both sides, so 13 square will give you 169, and when you square this under root of terms, then the under root sign will be abolished and we will get x square plus x minus 7 whole square. Now it implies that 169 will be equal to x square, and this x minus 7 whole square, when we apply the algebraic identity a minus b whole square, it will give you x square minus of 14x plus of 49. Now x square plus x square is 2x square minus of 14x as such and plus 49 as such, and this 169 when transposed to the right hand side, which will give you minus of 169 equal to 0. So this step we have obtained on transposing. So we will get 2x square minus of 14x and plus 49 minus 169 will give you minus 120 is equal to 0. Again dividing all the term by 2. So it will give you x square, 14 divided by 2 give you minus 7x, and minus 120 divided by 2 will give you minus 60 is equal to 0. Again you see that this is a quadratic equation in variable x. Now again we will apply the splitting the middle term method. So the middle term is minus 7x. It is splitted into two parts which are minus 12x and plus of 5x. And why we have taken these two as factors? Because minus 12 plus 5 will give you minus 7, and minus 12 multiplied by 5 you get minus 60. Since the product of the coefficient of x square is 1 and the constant term is minus 60, when they multiplied, they get 1 multiplied by minus 60, it will give you minus 60 as the product. That's why we have taken minus 12 and 5 as the two factors. So now this quadratic equation implies that x square minus of 12x plus of 5x minus 60 is equal to 0. Again you can take x common in the first two terms. You will get x minus 12 as one of the linear factor, and taking plus 5 common in the last two terms you will get x minus 12 as a linear factor is equal to 0. So the two linear factors are x minus 12 and x plus 5 is equal to 0. Either x minus 12 is equal to 0, so it implies that x will be 12, or x plus 5 is equal to 0, it implies that x equal to minus 5. But the side of the triangle can never be negative, so we shall not take the value minus 5. Therefore it implies that x should be 12, positive of 12. Therefore the length of the base, which is you suppose as x, found out to be 12 centimeter, and the length of the height, which you have taken x minus 7, which is your 12 minus 7, that will give you 5 centimeter. These will be the base and height of the right triangle. Thank you.